Hello everyone and welcome to this week's weekly watch list preview. Uh, Smaller list this week. Um, there was quite a bit on the inside weeks, but with all the volatility, I'm trying to keep the list smaller because everything's moving so quick. Um, so I'm trying to keep the list smaller, at least for myself. You know, if I can catch one or two of these and hit a couple of targets, it should be a pretty nice week. Um, you can do your own scans for inside weeks and find some more stuff. Off the top of my head, I did these scans Friday night. So off the top of my head, I'm not sure what else was on there. I can't recall any particular symbols that were on there. But you know, you can do a scan and find some more. These were the ones that I liked the best out of what I found. So if you take a look at SBUX on the week or on the year, sorry, it's really ugly. On the quarter, really ugly. On the month, still inside on the month, but it's early and it's not looking promising. And on the week, 2 weeks ago we had a hammer candle, didn't do anything with it. Last week was inside week. It was inside, but it was red. So let's look for a break below that last week's low of 89.45. And I couldn't go back far enough on the daily chart. If you look at the daily, it wouldn't let me go back far enough to find these targets. So I use the weekly chart for targets on this one. So target one is going to be, let me zoom in a little bit. Target one is going to be this low here of the low of the hammer from 2 weeks ago, and that's going to be 87.25. Target 2 is this low way back here on the week of November 2nd. So that's going to be 85.45. Target 3 is going to be this week here, 84.63. And target 4 is going to be down here at this pivot low of 81.75. So those will be our targets for SBUX. Pepsi. Let's take a look at Pepsi. I have Pepsi and Home Depot to the upside, actually. So SBUX to the downside, Pepsi and Home Depot to the upside. Now that doesn't mean that you can't trade this to the downside if it breaks to the downside. If you look at the year, it's 2 up, but it's red. It's still holding in there pretty good considering, you know, relative strength. Considering the rest of the market, Pepsi's holding in there pretty good. On the quarter, 2 up, red. On the month, we're inside so far in a month, but we are green, so that's a good sign. Earnings in April, the end of April, so that's not nothing we got to worry about yet. On the weekly, we had a hammer 2 weeks ago. Actually, kind of almost had a hammer the week before that also. Hammer 2 weeks ago. Last week, sort of almost a hammer inside. So let's look for a break to the upside. We've kind of had almost 3 hammers in a row. So it tells you they're trying. They just haven't been able to get the volume in yet to push it up. But we're looking for a break above 166.50. And if you look at the daily chart, here's our trigger right here. Target 1 is going to be 168.46. Target 2 is right here at 169.12. Target 3 is up here at 169.68. Target 4 is up here at 170.31. And you can go on and on. You know, up here is 171.45. Up here is 172.78. 172.99. 174.89. 176.66. And so on. So you can continue on if you'd like. For me, this would be a nice $4 move. If it gets that far, and if I'm in it, we'll see how it goes after that. Home Depot, similar here. I shouldn't say similar, it's not quite as good, but inside year with Home Depot, but it's red, very ugly red. On the quarter, big ugly red candle, very bearish looking candle. It did bounce right off the 9 SMA. On the month, we had two big ugly red candles in a row on the monthly. So far this month we're inside. We're trying to hold that 21 SMA. So let's see if we can continue this bounce and look for a break to the upside of 331.19. Come down to the week and take a look here. Target 1 is going to be 336.69, and that'll enter the gap on the daily, on the weekly chart. And target 2 is going to be the gap fill at 344.10. So those are our two targets we have here. Now we can go further, and I'm trying to figure out what this is for. 2 up with a red close. That's an old, I can get rid of that. If we come down to the daily and look at these targets, I talked about the gap. It's also a gap on the daily. So the gap on the weekly is also a gap on the daily. Same thing. And from there you can come up here and look at 350.60 for next target, 352.31, 352.86, 357.42, and so on. So you know that you've watched enough of these videos, you know how the game works. You know, if we break these, you can find your next targets, continue going on. So that's what I have here for this week. Take a look at SPY here. See how we're looking on the, on the year. Not too great on the year. On the quarter, not too good on the quarter. On the month, we're kind of a spinning top on the month here. And on the week, spinning top on the week also. Hammer followed by a spinning top. So it seems like the sell-off is kind of holding for now. We're not really going to the upside, but we're not really selling off anymore either. So let's see what happens here. Qs, take a look. Inside on the year, inside in red. Big ugly red on the quarter. 3 2 downs in a row on the monthly, followed by so far this month we're inside, but it is red. And then on the weekly, we had a hammer last week or 2 weeks ago, followed by a red. I'm not going to call that a shooter, but it's not a very pretty red candle. So let's see what we can do there, if we can hold that and break above last week's high, which would be 350.04. So basically, if we break 350 on the Qs, we might be okay. But again, honor your stops and be careful, because we don't know. I mean, there's so much going on that that can destroy a chart in a heartbeat right now. So, and what I mean by that is, if there's bad news about this war coming up, it doesn't matter what the chart looks like, things are going to sell off. So you got to keep that in mind. As far as my surgery goes, I'm still recovering. Feel pretty good. Still tired. Went out yesterday, spent most of the day yesterday out and about, and I'm kind of paying for it today. I'm pretty sore today, tired. So anyway, again, thanks for watching, and hope you guys make some money this week. Be careful with stops, and see you guys later. Thanks. Bye.